Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the Toubou Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
Some good news coming out of Niger. German army will end its operation at the airbase that is located in Niger. They are pulling out, they are withdrawing, and the date that they have given is August 31st of 2024. According to reports, the German army will end operations at its airbase in Niger by August 31st, following the breakdown of talks with the Sahel country. All the soldiers stationed at the base will be withdrawn by August 31st, and German military cooperation with Niger will end. Germany is not the first country to remove its troops from Niger. US, as we speak, is withdrawing its troops. France withdrew their troops, and now Germany is following their footsteps. And the reason behind it is because of the new ruling government, which is the military government that took over after the coup d'etat that overthrew Mohamed Bazoum. And as you know, Mohamed Bazoum was a Western ally, so they were pretty upset. For a long while, they were pushing for his return to his position. Not just Germany, not just the US, most of the Western countries, because they knew what they were getting from him, and that relationship was strong. So once this leadership shifted, now they cannot have peace. They cannot agree on things because the government is very strict. Niger's current government is strict, and they don't allow disrespect. The reason why they kicked out US troops is because of the disrespect, right? So they're not taking that, and that irks these Western countries and rubs them the wrong way. So there's actually a really interesting twist to it. The reason why they finally, by them I mean Germany, decided to leave Niger is because of a negotiation breakdown. They couldn't agree on something, and that something is because the base's personnel would no longer benefit from immunity from prosecution. So Germany was like, if my troops are not going to have their immunity from prosecution, we're not going to stay. Just imagine that. That was what the breaking point for them was. That's the point. They don't want to be held accountable for the damage they might cause. Same thing we talked about in Kenya. Just because these foreign troops have this immunity from prosecution, they do anything and everything, and it's not serving the locals. These soldiers, these troops are not being held accountable. No one is checking them out. No one is taking them to court. Even when they're being taken to court, we're about to discuss that right now. Nothing happens. Even when there are witnesses, justice is not being served. The locals are the ones that are suffering because of this. According to the BBC, a landmark public inquiry into allegations of human rights violations by British troops in Kenya has been hearing a heartbreaking testimony from those who say they were mistreated. Dozens of people have this week given evidence to the parliamentary inquiry into the alleged misconduct of soldiers from the British Army Training Unit, Kenya. Among them are the family of a young woman allegedly disabled in a hit and run by a British Army truck, a mother who says she was abandoned when pregnant, and a man who was attacked by a lion in the wake of fire allegedly started on an army training exercise. And these are just a few people of all those that have been hurt because this British Army base is in Kenya. We've covered many more stories, like the young lady that was unalived. Her life was cut short in her early 20s because a British soldier unalived her, and his his colleagues came out and actually reported it and said that he showed them her body. And nothing has happened till this date. I believe it's been 12 years. Nothing has happened. No justice has been served. So it's pretty telling that Germany is pulling out of Niger because they couldn't agree with the immunity, because Niger is saying, no, you're going to be held accountable if they do something shady, if something happens, and Germany is not willing to accept that. That is very telling. That tells you exactly how these Western governments have been dealing with our governments and how they're allowed to do whatever they want to do, so they're not used to being accountable. Imagine leaving a country because if you do something shady, you're going to be held accountable. That's crazy. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this story. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the Toubou Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora